something a bit different. I thought I would do a review and really a why you should watch season 1 of The Morning Show, which is on Apple TV for anybody that isn't paying attention. It was one of the launch shows of Apple TV, and I have to say, I remember it getting somewhat mixed reception. It has an all-star cast. It has Jennifer Aniston, it has Reese Witherspoon, it has Steve Carell, it has Billy Crudup, in what is, well, a look at the Me Too movement in the context of an early morning TV show, where Jennifer Aniston plays Alex Levy, who is the female anchor of that show, and it is revealed at the very start of the show that Mitch Kessler, played by Steve Carell, has been exposed as being, having not very good relations with other female employees of the show. And really the crux of this comes about in that we look and examine the line between what is acceptable and what is unacceptable. And over the 10 episodes of the first series, it is very, very skillfully done. I mean, it's an area that I certainly started off the programme thinking to myself, well, I am not sure what Steve Carell's done wrong here. He protests his innocence very clearly at the start and says, he's been the victim of, a smear campaign or otherwise. And the TV show goes about investigating actually whether he has any merit or he does not. Obviously, there's a second series that started, so the story isn't exactly resolved in any way in totality, but you get a really nice resolution in what ends up being, this incredible final episode. In fact, I would say the final episode of this first series is as good an hour of TV as you'll possibly ever see. It is filled with drama, filled with event, filled with some of the greatest acting performances that I've ever seen in TV, because Jennifer Aniston and Reese Witherspoon, etc., are amazing in this. But for me, the genius part of this is the casting of, well, one of the best actors that lots of people don't know about, and that's Billy Crudup, who's brilliant in everything he's ever been in. And he plays the head of the network, head of the news network anyway, Corey Ellison, and it's one of these just utterly dynamite performances. He is both hilarious, brilliant, and serious all at the same time. This is a role that could have been very straight. Could have been, the person that just hasn't got much to say, but what he says with his eyes, what he says with his features, what he says with his smirk is just, it just lights up the screen every time you go see him. And if you're a big fan of great performances in general, maybe not into TV as much, but like great performances, this performance by Billy Crudup is sensational. And it really puts into perspective the other great performances, like Steve Carell. They're all great performances. Some of the supporting cast are absolutely brilliant the whole way through it. This is one of these shows, while there's an awful lot of money taken to make it, they've put a lot of money into getting people on board of a high caliber. They've put together one of the most brilliant acting casts that I've ever seen in a TV show, and actually knocked it out of the park. Do you think that I think they'll struggle to live up to it in the second series, because they've told this arc of a story and they've told it so masterfully and so well done that actually following this up could prove difficult? But that'll be for the season 2 review that will appear in a couple of months' time. If you've been watching The Morning Show or started watching it and fell off it, let me know what you thought of it. I think it's a pretty masterful piece of scripting, and particularly of acting, in what is a show that I did not think would work or would be that interesting, but is absolutely dynamite, and I absolutely loved it. A hearty recommendation. Catch you soon. Thank you for watching. Take care. Bye.